welcome back to another video. If you guys are new here, my name is Gina. I'm also known as the Italian Diva 13. If you guys are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can join the Diva Squad, and also click the little notification bell next to it so you guys are notified whenever I post a new video. So in today's video, you can see from the title, we are doing a fall makeup look. First fall makeup look of the season of fall 2020. So this is the look that we are going to be doing today. It is probably going to be a long video because I talked you guys through it. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much like I mentioned at the end of this video, but I wanted to walk you guys through it in case you wanted to create this look from start to finish. So if you want to see how to create this fall glittery makeup look, then just keep on watching. So to get this look started, we are going to be using the James Charles palette by Morphe. I think that this is a perfect palette for different seasons, but especially for fall. Look at these big pans right here where they have blacks and browns and orangey browns, some yellows, some burgundies, just some really pretty fall shades that you could create some really poppin' looks for this fall season. So I think that this palette is super versatile, but it is great because you can create many looks with it, and I feel like a lot of people have the James Charles palette. So this is what we're going to be using, and I'm going to just prep my eye now. So since this is a tutorial, I wanted to do a tutorial style. I want to be able to talk you guys through this look just in case you guys want to create this too. So the first thing that I like to do with any of my looks is I like to put a base. So I'm just going to be using the Paint Pot by MAC in the color Soft Ochre, and I'm just going to be applying this up into my eye, up to my brow area. I have a very big lid space, so for me, I drag it all the way up. If you have a smaller lid space and you don't want to drag it all the way up to your eyebrow, you definitely don't have to. For those that are new to makeup and are wondering, why do you put down a base? Well, the base, first of all, helps you prime your eye to have your eyeshadow set on your eye and to stay for a long period of time. I also find by prepping your eyes with like a concealer, a paint pot, sometimes I even use the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the color Drug Lord, which is the pure white. I just like to make sure that I put a base down, even if it's from my beauty blender and it's some excess foundation. I just feel like it makes my eyeshadow set longer and stay on for a longer period of time instead of it creasing and kind of falling off. So definitely make sure that you guys prep your eyes. I feel like that makes a huge difference. And okay, Gina, let's get into it. Okay, I grabbed a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna dip in the white shade, and I just want to put that as my brow bone highlight right now. Some days I like to do my brow bone color first before I do any of the other colors, just so it blends in there and really gives like a blended look. So this was the color that I just came into right here. It's a very pretty like shimmery shade. You guys can see how shimmery it is. Definitely better than the matte white, so do not put the matte white up there since we're covering it up. But if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, then use the matte white and then take that shimmery shade. Next thing that I'm going to come into is I'm just going to show you guys the colors that I'm going to be working with. So I'm going to be working with this orangey brown, a little bit more warmer. This one is more of a cooler one, and then there's black. So I'm pretty much going to be working, I might come in with this orangey shade right here, but mainly orange, maybe the dark orange, boom, 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 and boom. Those are the colors that I'm going to be working with. So when I say orange, I'm coming in with that more orangey shade, a darker orange. You guys know the drill. That's what we're going to be doing. I do have a little bit of product from my IGTV video that I filmed on this brush, so it doesn't seem like it's affecting the look at all. I'm just going to come a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm doing, and I'm just going to start blending this in. The key to a blended look is transitioning. So I love to add the lightest shade that I'm going to be doing, not my brow bone, that's where it kind of starts, and then I'm going to use a transition shade, if I can speak. Like a transition shade could be, if you're doing an all pink look, use a light pink. If you're doing a purple, a light purple. A blue, a light blue. A brown, I'm using more of like this lighter orangey color. You just want to have a transition shade because that helps to blend all the colors together and to really give you an effortless, blended, gorgeous eye makeup look. Also, make sure that you're holding your brush super, super lightly. I feel like the lighter you hold your brush, the more blended your look is going to be. If you're holding your brush really tightly and hard and super firm, you're going to have more of a harsher line instead of a feathered blended look. So make sure when you are using your brush, you're super light-handed, like you're barely even holding the brush. I'm not sure if you guys can see how pretty this transition shade blends into the brow bone color. It just looks like it all goes together perfectly. So that's why I like to sometimes do the brow bone first, so then I don't have to put powder on top of the transition shade. It just all blends together. Now I just want you guys to know too, if you are just beginning in makeup or you've been doing makeup for a little bit and you don't have a lot of brushes, you don't have a lot of blending brushes, I have a few of them here with me right now, but I just want to show you guys that you can pretty much use this one brush to create the whole look until you need your flat brush to put like a lid color on. But I'm going to show you guys how I use this brush right here to create a full eye look. So all you need is like a blending brush and then a little short flat brush to pack a lid color on or to pack some glitter. So that's what I'm going to show you guys right now. So now that I did my lightest color, which is my transition shade, I'm not going to dip back into this. I'm going to go into the little bit of a darker color. And that's how I like to work when I am not using more than like one brush. So I'll go with the lightest shade and then I'll go with the darkest shade. I'm coming in with that dark orange now that was next to the light orange. I'm going to put this a little bit lower than the transition shade. You want to work in like levels in a way. You want to go from the highest to the middle to the lowest. You just want to work in sections. So now that we did the transition shade, which is the lightest, I'm going to come in with the darker shade, which is going to go underneath that. If you are having trouble finding your crease, take your mirror and look down a little bit, but also up, and you'll be able to see right where your crease is. And that is where you're going to want to start to apply this orangey shade. Do not worry about the lid right now. You will have eyeshadow fall onto the lid, but right now just focus on the crease. Since we're only using one brush, you want to make sure that you kind of get it right the first time. If you mess up, you can just kind of wipe your brush off with a paper towel, or if you have one of those eyeshadow pans that you can kind of swirl your brush in and it kind of cleans the excess coloring off, you can use that as well. But I just like to try to do it one time. You know, if you are having trouble, I know like somebody like Nicole Guerrero, I love her. She kind of like squints one eye, I believe. I remember her saying in a video that that's how she does things. So if you watch her do her makeup, she kind of like squints her eye. For me, I just keep my eyes open. Maybe you have to close one eye and keep the other eye open. Just find the technique that works best for you in your eye shape and what just works best for you. So right now, I feel like we're kind of looking like a little like a pumpkin, and I'm loving it. So now that we've went in with our first darkest shade, we're gonna wanna go a little bit lower. So we're gonna take the next color. So I think I'm just going to come in, we're going to skip this color right here, we're going to skip this one, and we're just going to move into this one, and then the black. And I'm just going to start focusing this a little bit lower. Doing it a little bit lower, I do like to kind of close my eye a little bit. I suggest that you do your foundation last. I know a lot of people like to do their foundation first. I like to do my foundation last because I feel like with any eye look that you do, you're going to have a little bit of fallout. I've done the whole baking where I put the powder underneath and I still get a ton of fallout and then it leaves some streaking. So I like to always just do my foundation last because I feel like it gives you a crisp, clean eye look. You guys can see now we're adding a little bit of definition into this eye, and this eye is kind of looking a little bit plain, but this one is starting to have that little bit of definition. This is the last dark brown shade that we're using, and then we're going to go right into the black shade. I like to kind of focus this more on my outer corner, and then I like to slightly drag it in. This is going to be, I feel like, more of a cut crease, half cut crease look. So I still like to drag a little bit of the darker brown in, so when I cut the crease, you can see all the colors that we added to the lid. If need be, you can take your brush super lightly and blend all the way up where our other colors are. It just helps to blend the darker shade out a little bit. So that is what we're working with. If you wanted to have a super, I'm sorry I'm talking so much, but I want to give you guys these options for when you create your fall makeup look. Now, if you wanted it to not be as rounded on the outer corner, you could add a piece of Scotch tape, or you could just take some concealer and clean it up afterwards. That's what I normally like to do, but I think I'm just going to leave it more rounded. I'm trying to do like an old school Italian diva look in a way. Like, look at, I have like the little mini Snooky poof. I got my big like jewelry on, my little credit card, my little money earrings. And I even have some lipsticks that I used to use for some fall makeup looks that are by MAC that I used to like love. So that's what we're going to be using today. And I thought, oh, okay, let's do a little bit old school Italian diva. And that's what we're doing. So I'm just going to drag that up a little bit, drag that up. Okay. So now that we did that, we're going to go into the black. Now, black can be very intimidating because it's black and it's dark. Especially when you are doing a makeup look. If you're doing, like, let's say you're doing your eyeliner, or you're filling in your lips for like a Halloween type of makeup look where you're using black lips, or if you rock black lipstick every single day, good for you. That's amazing. I love black lipstick. But anything to do with like super, super, super dark color can be a little intimidating because you don't want to mess your look up. So I dipped it into my same brush. I like to tap off the excess when it comes to black, and then I'll dip it back in and tap it off just so I make sure that there's enough product on there. And I'm literally going to start pressing it on the outer corner just like we did with that dark brown shade. But we're not going to go up as high because remember, we still want to be able to see all the colors that we added to our eye. And remember, be super, super light on the hand. And I'm still going to drag this into the inner corner where the crease is. I'm not dragging it any lower. You can even kind of go like this and pat your brush, and then it will also apply some of that product so that it's a little bit easier for you to blend. I love adding black to any of my makeup looks. I just love like how sultry it looks, how it can add so much like smokiness. I love like a smoky looking eye. Okay, you guys, so there's that. That's what the eyes are looking like so far. And all I'm going to do, I want to make this like an easy fall makeup look. So I'm just going to take my Stila liquid eyeshadow. This is in the color Kitten Karma. I've showed you guys how to create cut crease with this before on my channel, but I'm going to show you guys quickly again. And I'm going to use this really pretty gold glitter by BH Cosmetics. And this is just a glitter collection, loose glitter in the color Smoky Gold. So I feel like it would go really well with this look. All I'm going to do is take, oh my god, I don't even think you need the glitter, honestly, because this stuff is like glittery and it stays on all day. Like, this stuff doesn't flake away. It's just stunning. So all I'm going to do, and it's so easy to get that like cut crease, super sharp look without having to go in cutting it with concealer. It's like putting the powder on top of the concealer. Like, it's just so easy. So I think that this is what we're going to be doing. What I like to do towards the end is I take a very light hand with the tip of the brush, and I like to try to fade it in to the dark brown and to the black. But I'm also going to come in with the dark brown and black because right now you don't want this harsh line. It just will kind of take away from the look. All I'm going to do is just take that brush that we used. Once again, we're using two brushes. I'm going to take that same brush that we used for the highlight shade and dip it in a little bit of this smoky gold glitter because, I mean, you can never have too much glitter in my opinion. I'm going to show you guys one more product just in case you don't have this. So first of all, you guys would use a concealer to cut your crease. So this is just the concealer that I have right now. It's just the Revolution. And then you would want to use like a glitter type of glue. Base Booster by BH Cosmetics, the glitter and shadow glue. So you would just put this on your eye with a concealer brush and then you would pack the glitter. So you don't have to use this. This is just what makes it super easy to kind of get your crease cut. And I just love it. I have to buy another one though because I am kind of running out of this one. I already ran out of the silver one that I had. But oh my god, these are just stunning. So you guys can see how quick I did that. Now I'm just going to press my brush into the glitter Here, these are the Kiss Lash Couture Maxed Out Limited Edition. So these, I have to say, they look pretty much the same. These ones are definitely fuller and longer. They remind me more of like the Miami or Mykonos, which I love. Mykonos, my favorite, super thick lash. But you can't tell me that these don't look good for $6. And these do look really good for 30-something dollars. I actually think the Delara are cheaper. I think the Delara might be $18 to $20, but the Mykonos and the Miamis, they're around 30-something dollars. And these look, to me, just as good. So definitely don't feel like, oh, she uses Lily lashes a lot of the time, that must be better. No. I love Lily lashes. I really, really do. I love Lily Galici. I've loved her since she was on Shah's of Sunset. But I do love spending $6 on a pair of lashes that I'll probably wear for like a month. Maybe even longer. I take really good care of my lashes. So these are what these look like up close. They are the Drama Kiss ones. You probably will have to trim them. Most of the time I don't because I have a very big eye. So let me double check because I probably will have to. I also use tweezers. I need to use tweezers. I'm actually not going to trim these. I'll trim them just a little bit. So you just need to use a little pair of scissors. Get like a pair of cosmetic scissors. If you don't have cosmetic scissors, use your kitchen scissors because that's what I use for like the beginning of my whole makeup journey. Just like with the glitter, now I'm using actual, well, not really, because the other day I used craft store glitter, but that's all I used starting makeup was craft store glitter. I don't recommend doing that because I wouldn't want you to have something happen to your eye or you guys have allergic reaction. So definitely use cosmetic glitter that is meant for the eye, but that's what I used. I remember I used to watch Time the Infamous. She was really who I learned how to do makeup from because all I did was watch her. And I loved how bright and colorful and glittery and honestly like how like bougie in a way. Like it was always glitter and glam and I just really love that. That's what like catches my eye. That's what I like. So she was the one I pretty much learned from and a lot of practice. And boy, does it make it, I'm just drying my lashes, doesn't it make it so easy that I don't have to fill in my eyebrows, no brow gel, no brow pencil, literally my brows are done. And it kind of gives like a natural vibe, yet still super glam. But if you do not have your brows laminated, then I highly recommend filling your brows in, shaping them with a little bit of concealer, using some brow gel, because if I didn't have them laminated, best believe I would be using my dip brow to carve these babies out. Just because I feel like that completes the look. My eyebrows are normally not like, they're tinted, so they're a little bit darker, and I love it. Lashes take a lot of practice to put them on. Do not get discouraged. There was a lot of times that I put my lashes on and I took them right back off to put them back on again. Lashes are on. My camera said internal temp too high, so I had to turn that off and wait a few minutes. So my lashes are now on. What I recommend is you take a eyeliner. You want to make sure that you do not see any glue. Now, if you are just starting, or even me, I've been doing makeup now for 7-8 years. I don't really remember. It just feels like forever ago. They do make a lash glue that is black. Do I recommend using a black lash glue if you are just beginning? No, I don't even use a black lash glue because I still get lash glue up on my lid and I don't want it to leave the black lash glue on my lid. I like the clear one so it dries clear and nobody can see if I make a little mistake. But also you just want to take a liquid liner to cover up the band and make sure you do not see any glue. You definitely don't want to see glue. If you're working hard on your eye makeup, you don't want to have glue. So I like to take just a little bit of liquid liner. That one is not my favorite. I believe it's by Wet n Wild. It's the H2O proof liquid liner. Not my favorite. My favorite eyeliner I have right here to show you guys. It is the Eyeliner by Kylie Cosmetics. I ran out of this. It's dry now and I need to buy a new one. It is my favorite. I get it in the color black, I think it's called. Just black. Yeah, and I absolutely love that. I love pen liners. So the next thing I want to do is come in with some mascara. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Great Lash. This is kind of like an OG mascara. I also love the Lily Lashes XXX mascara. I ran out of that a little bit back and I need to buy a new one. And then you just want to take your fingers and kind of press your real lashes in with the falsies. I still have paint underneath my nails, so if you guys are seeing blues and greens and yellows, I was creating an abstract acrylic palette knife painting, and I got it everywhere. So now that we've done that, the eyes are pretty much done except what we do on the bottom. I like to save the bottom of my eyes for after my foundation and everything is on. See, I work in like an order, you guys. This is just how I do it. If I had my brows regular and not laminated, I would do my brows first, and then I would do the eyes, and then I would do my foundation. But since we're not doing the brows, we just went into the eyes, and now we're going to do the face. So the first thing that I'm going to do for the face is I'm going to prime it. Now, this is the primer that I'm using right here. This is just the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Really great primer. Hides your pores. And I believe it's like a matte. It makes you matte. It blurs and smooths. I think a primer is great. I'll be honest with you guys. Do I do it every single day? No. Sometimes I don't like a primer. Some days I do if I'm doing like a more fancier look, like oh, I'm doing a fall makeup look instead of just doing my everyday Ashley Graham makeup look. But when I'm doing more of like a thicker foundation instead of more of like my BB cream foundation, I definitely prime. I'm just going to come in with my Studio Fix Fluid by MAC. This is my favorite foundation when I was a huge MAC girl. Don't get me wrong, I still love MAC, but I do use this one a lot as well. It's by CoverGirl. Really like it. Very lightweight, but also super buildable. Okay, let's do this. A lot of people say that my foundation looks so yellow when I put it on my face, but I guess I just have more like a yellow undertone. But once it blends in, it doesn't look super crazy. But everyone's like, oh my god, your foundation is so yellow. And I'm like, girl, I know. I don't know why. Definitely blend onto your neck. Because no matter what shade you are, you can get it perfect. You might not know if your color oxidizes throughout the day. So let's just say if this one oxidizes, right? So right now, it matches my skin. A little bit later, maybe it will look a little orange. Or it will look darker than the color that you put on. Sometimes a lot of foundations do that. It can oxidize. So just to be sure, make sure that you blend the product down to your neck, a little bit onto your earlobes, just so you are safe. You don't want to be walking around with orange foundation. I feel like that was me a long time ago in the beginning. I feel like it was a lot of us that used that Maybelline mousse. I feel like I used to use that a lot when I was like in 7th and 8th grade. That was like the thing. I did brush down my baby hairs because that has been like my new thing lately, so I don't want to bring it up too high on my baby hairs. But I've been loving brushing my baby hairs a lot. Okay, foundation blended. Time to come in with a concealer. Concealer helps to highlight the high points of the face. So I like to use a lighter concealer. And I want to conceal underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, not down here because I find that right here, I'm looking in my mirror too, down here the product doesn't really sit well. I don't know why, but it like looks smudgy. It doesn't look good even if I blend it and set it really well. I'm going to do my chin and my Cupid's bow. Just the high points of the face. Like when you contour, you want to add shadows to the face. Hopefully I'm not talking too much. Hopefully you guys like little tips and tricks. I've just learned so much over the years, and when I tell you that makeup is my passion, it's my passion. And if I can help others who are getting into makeup or are already doing makeup and just want more tips from somebody that loves makeup just as much as them, I want to be able to help you guys. Now that you have done that, you're going to want to set this concealer before it starts creasing. This is what you see a lot of makeup artists call baking. So I'm coming in with a translucent setting powder. This is just the Wet n Wild loose setting powder. And you just want to take your same beauty sponge and start taking a good amount of the setting powder. Now, I find that this gets all over my clothes, so if you are going out, make sure you're being safe, wear a mask. Which, oh my god, a mask is like so annoying with makeup because sometimes I get the lines on my face or the lines on my nose from the mask, especially with wearing foundation. It's like, oh my god. But I gotta be protected, so I wear that mask and I still have a beat face underneath. If you are doing this, just wear something that you're not wearing out because as you guys can see, it'll kind of get on your clothes, but it's easy to wipe off, but still it's kind of like a pain in the bum. Leave this cover off if you are using the Wet n Wild one. A lot of it gets in the lid. Leave that off because we are going to be using it again once we contour. So I don't like to leave this on too long. I know a lot of makeup artists can leave this on through the whole process of doing the eyes. I always have baby wipes on hand too. I just don't like to do it because for some reason it just sticks to my skin. Be super light when you are wiping the powder away. I'm just going to use this powder right here by CoverGirl. It's the same one as the foundation by the collection Clean Fresh, and this is in the color Light. I just like to do this on the rest of my face just to make sure I set it before I come in with bronzer to contour. Because if your face is wet by any means or tacky from the foundation, it's going to look very, very muddy, and you don't want a muddy contour. You just really don't. You don't want a muddy contour because it's just going to look muddy. I think that this is a perfect kit to have. Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, because you do get 3 different type of contour shades, a cooler one, a warmer one, and a more cool warm put together. I just always go for the warmer shades. I'm not sure why. I feel like that's just what I always did when I started makeup. So I just feel like that's what works best for my skin. But if you do like more cooler tones for your skin tone, definitely use that. That's why I want to see if you guys do recreate any of my makeup looks. I'd love to see what you guys do and how you guys did it on yourself. Sometimes I like to take a little bit of the bronzer and put it under my lip. It gives a little bit more of a pouty, bigger lip illusion on the bottom to make your lips look more fuller. So now that I did the bronzer, I'm going to just take a little bit more of my setting powder and just put that right underneath it. This is going to cut it. It's going to make it look neat instead of kind of going down half your face. If you're a little fast and your brush is too big, it goes down a little too low. You don't want that. You want it to be just a nice cut of bronzer. Your contour. Let's chisel those cheekbones, baby. I'm going to come in with my favorite fall blush. I believe this is Breath of Plum. The back wore off. I've had this for so long. It's by MAC, but I've used this color for so long now for all my fall looks. I still use it for summer as well sometimes, but kind of go a little heavy-handed, I got to admit, on the blush because I love blush. But we will blend that out. I'm the type of person when it comes to blush that I would rather go heavy than light. I find that blush for some reason kind of wears off a little bit. I don't know, I just like to go heavy with the blush. And then I kind of blend it out. And then for my highlight shade, I want to come in with the Wet n Wild. I love this too. This is just the Mega Glow highlighting powder in the color, where's the color? Golden Flower Crown 33B. Really pretty highlight shade. And I love the fact that it's a more golden color, so it goes with the eye look. Sometimes I find it not stick too good, so what you can do when you find that your highlighter may not be sticking is take a little bit of setting spray, set your face, and then come in and look at how it sticks now. So now that we are done with the face, it's all, you know, looking good. I'm going to come back in with that same blending brush that we used on the upper lid. And I'm just going to take it and kind of brush it right along the bottom of my lash line. I did not dip it in any more product, you guys. This is just what was left over on my brush. I don't want my lower lash line to be too dark since I'm going to be doing a darker lip. So I'm just taking the little bit that was left over, blending that out. Take a little bit more of your mascara of your choice. So now that the mascara is on, the eyes are complete. They're complete, and I love the way that they look. They're so fall to me, but they're still glam and like Italian diva-ish, you know, with the glitter. I love that. I love glitter. As you guys can see, my bling mirror that I filmed a video on, I just love glitter. So these are my two lip shades that I'm going to be using. Either Cyber by MAC, which looks like this, a dark purple color, which this used to be one of my go-tos, or we are going to use Heroin, which Heroin is more of a purpley color. So actually probably like more of a purpley pink, I mean. So I'll probably do Cyber and then a little bit of Heroin. This is really bringing it back for me, you guys. Okay, if you do have these two lipsticks, Heroin and Cyber, just use Cyber. I don't really see any difference with putting Heroin in the middle of my lips. So just use Cyber, which is the dark one right here. Love the way this look came out. This is so fall to me. This is so how I used to do my makeup with the dark lips. I don't think I've really done dark lips in a while like this. Like, of course, I'll do, you know, more of like the purpley colors, more darker oranges, darker nudes, like dark browns. But I haven't used Cyber in a long, long time. So I really love the way that this look came out. Now, if you guys aren't into dark purple lips that are very dark, use a nude lipstick. You know, it's still going to be a fall eye. There's still some oranges in there, and there's some browns, and it's like burnt colors. The glitter on the eye, it's just really fall to me. But you can do a nude lip with it as well. This look is so versatile. You could even do a red lip if you wanted to, or a darker maroon lip. Whatever the case may be, just make it your own. Or if you want to do Cyber like I did, I think that it looks really great. I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. I hope I didn't go on talking too much, but I really wanted to walk you guys through this fall makeup look. So in case you wanted to do this fall look for this season, then you guys could. You could follow me step by step, but I have a problem with rambling, so hopefully I didn't do that too much. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Let me know one thing in the comments below that is your favorite thing about fall. I think mine is definitely sweater weather. So, and anything pumpkin spice, I love that. So let me know what your favorite thing about fall is down in the comments below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys, happy fall.